and welcome back to another update video of Mega 88 1000 about the new, soon outcoming transforming Digimon figure line of Bandai Tamashii Nations, the Chou Shinka Tamashii figure line, or respectively the Digivolving Spirits figure line if you prefer the English translation. Are you ready for some deep nostalgic emotions? So fasten your seatbelt, because this update video is about to pack a punch. Now the time had finally come. The countdown on the official teaser site is finally at 0, and now they're revealing all important informations to us. What the new figure line is, how the first figure in its both evolution forms is looking in its complete view, Tamashii's further announcements and plans, and out of that there is a great promotion video and the official release date of the first figure, Chou Shinka Tamashii Agumon Wargreymon. But everything step by step now. So I was more than hyped about the new transforming Digimon figures, like I did mentioned a few times in the 2 previous videos already. And my high expectations about revealing secrets are almost got fulfilled. If you are opening the teaser site of Tamashii now, the site builds up and shows an information site. To be honest, I do like much everything what I can see there. The site has a great design, even with a promotion video for the first figure, Agumon Wargreymon. If you have not seen this video already, just watch it on your own after watching my video. It is just simply great made. In the video they showing how Agumon evolves to Wargreymon, but in a kind of animated warp Digivolution scene, or respectively in a warp evolution scene, similar to how I try to portray those in my new videos, but in a better way, because my possibilities for this are simply limited. I also don't want to spoil any further details of it. Just watch this video yourself. It is just simply great portrayed and made. You can't promote the upcoming new Chou Shinka Tamashii Agumon Wargreymon figure for Digimon enthusiasts not any better. But now some words to the figure. With the compare to the old Warp Digivolving or respectively Chou Shinka series Agumon Wargreymon figure of 1999, you can see on the new figure what is possible today. But how you can clearly notice now is that the new one is based on the old one, but is more than 100% improved. I also don't want to say this much about, because I think the images speaking for themselves. Anyway, you can't see almost no kibble on both forms. With this I mean parts which don't belong on the respective form, and because of this you can't exactly see at first sight that this is a transformable figure. Of course, I mean that you can see it, because the parts of the previous forms has to go somewhere by transformable figures, but the kibble got quite a lot reduced. By the way, for those you don't know the meaning of the word kibble, here is a little explanation for it. It is the official invented established English term from the Transformers figure universe for unnecessary parts. So this new term, with this you term all unnecessary parts of the figure's previous mode. For example, the parts of the vehicle mode which actually don't belong on the transformed robot mode, and backwards. But now back to the topic fast. I am completely excited that Tamashii actually managed the color change between Agumon's and Wargreymon skin by the new figure, and to portray it this accurate way and to consolidate this with the transformation. I think that is more than successful. By this fact I did not fully expressed myself, because I said that the Agumon of Digimon Adventure 01 had a more orange skin color, which statement is actually a bit wrong. Of course, Agumon's skin is more yellow colored, but it is more in darker yellow, maybe touched by orange color or towards orange color a bit, in difference to his skin color in Digimon Adventure 3, in which he got in too much light yellow skin color, nearly similar to the skin color of Agumon of Digimon Data Squad, or respectively Digimon Savers. And I actually meant following in regard to the old figure. If they had already used a more darker yellow colored plastic for Agumon's form by the old one, which wouldn't have been wrong, because, like I said, he had a more darker yellow skin color, so Wargreymon's form had not been this pale yellow, but whatever, we're soon getting a better one. And you also have to keep in mind that the Digivolving figures back then were made for children, where accurateness did not play such a big role, and the new ones are made for adult collectors now. But I also have to admit that I placed value on such things already when I was younger. Maybe the reason for this was that I was at the beginning of the teenage to this time and not still this young. For example, I seen this overall pale yellow color choice of the armor and skin parts of the 2.5-inch action feature Wargreymon figure more than messy. My next elucidations I simply take from those official informations which they wrote about the new figure series without reading them. I only name the term and I give some comments to this. I think there is no need for reading them, because I guess that the most of you already read them. For the German version of this video I translated this into German for those Germans who don't know English. After this I'm showing some new exciting pictures and do some further elucidations to them. Brand statement: what is Digivolving spirits? I agree with the facts in the text. That they even use die cast on those figures is absolutely remarkable in my opinion, and if you're looking closely you can notice this also. Concept and proportions. I totally agree with that in the text, and I think that they managed it to catch perfectly the spirit which the old ones had. What actor did wished in his video, and I too in my first video. Digivolving. That the new figure is without swapping parts. Okay, at this point I have to give another comment. With this statement they confirmed sadly that they don't make any additional attached part for the backside of his wing shield with the crest symbol of courage, to be able to cover Agumon's face with this, and to be able to display the Wargreymon in the accurate way. Like I mentioned and hoped so much that they do something like this to improve this in my last update video. Means that Agumon's face is again on the backside without option to hiding it. To be honest, that is a bit disappointing for me, but transforming figure means also transforming figure, and so they don't care for additional attaching parts for those figures. I just assumed it because all those Tamashii figures came with additional interchangeable parts, and because those new ones are made for adult collectors who putting much value in such things, who would prefer accurateness through additional parts or swapping some parts over a figure that transforms out of one piece. That's truly too bad that they took the easy way out by this. Am I nitpicking? No, I think not. I've seen many comments about a new figure across the internet, where many people already gave their comments about a new figure in both forms, and most of them pronounced much critical words about the inaccurateness of new Agumon Wargreymon figure, even before it's out. But to that I'm coming back later again. Whatever, to the next point. Materials. I also agree to this what was described in the text, to this term. The paint job is simply just amazing. You can see that they truly made some thoughts about. For the color tone choice, for the red colored dark metallic blue of Wargreymon's parts, looking even better as on their first D-Arts version of Wargreymon. I mean the first version and not the later repaint D-Arts Wargreymon Original Designer's Edition figure. Yes, there they described it the more exactly way, simply cool. And the so-called Dramon killers, which were mentioned, are to be his kind of weapon clothes in his hands. And this is the original Japanese name for those things, for those of you don't knew this. Okay, this with the real metal parts is also not this surprising too, because they done this before on the Japanese versions of Digivolving Growlmon to Megalogrowlmon, or respectively Growlmon to Wargrowlmon and Gargomon to Rabbitmon and the other two from Tamers in the past. By the way, those were much bigger and completely different than our versions. Completely different also in regard to their molds, their overall shape, their transformation, and they also had more paint apps, like the Japanese ones always have. But in Japan they only produced 4 characters, which were originally named as Hybrid Super Evolution. By Wargrowlmon, the chest armor was made of real red and silver chromed metal. I know this because I bought this figure years ago at eBay. But I stray again from the topic, so fast to the next point. Comparison with the previous product. Excuse me. With the evolution of the single proportions, I completely agree. It's incredible, and there you can see what is possible with the technology of today. I also really excited about how much range of motion they truly will have. So we coming to the second last point, commitment to excellence. I think that mentioned strict supervision of Mr. Kenji Watanabe you can clearly notice on the new figures. Seems he was only sleeping when it came to the point of planning how to design Wargreymon's wingshield's back side the accurate way. Well, Metal Garurumon. Oh yes, all this good news. So the next one even got confirmed. But to Metal Garurumon I coming back later again. The official release date for Japan of Digivolving Spirits Agumon Wargreymon is November 2017. So we have to be still a bit more patient. And his price is 7,020 yen. This is about 63.18 US dollars, which I think this is more than a reasonable price if you take into account the development cost and the engineering achievement they put into it. and also the relative big size of the figure. So I did expect it much more. Another plus for the new one. Simply awesome. Another important information for which you maybe have waited is other Digimon not released in the earlier series are under consideration too. There are even already many new images posted of 2 another colored prototype figures, plus pictures of the colored prototype figure of Gabumon, Metal Garurumon. I also will showing it next and giving some personal comments to them. Those prototypes are reviewed at Tamashii's 10th World Tour in Osaka, and those images are very fresh. Those are Chou Shinka Tamashii Gabumon, Metal Garurumon, Dorumon, Alphamon, Caramon, Diaboromon, and a translucent anniversary version of respectively a special version of Agumon Wargreymon. But now everything step by step. Gabumon, Metal Garurumon. Wow, I think that Metal Garurumon is even a bit more success than Wargreymon, but maybe that's matter of opinion, of course. And Agumon and Wargreymon are also something outstanding. It's hard to believe that this is a transforming figure. Its proportions and shape are almost similar to the Tamashii D-Arts Metal Garurumon, respectively to S.H. Figure Arts Metal Garurumon Original Designers Edition, only that the figure seems to be a bit more bulky, but that's just logical. And also the Gabumon form is looking absolutely super and is very cute. How you can see, they hardly reminding on the earlier Warp Digivolving figure version, which was looking not this perfect, especially in its Metal Garurumon form. And the best on that is that we will get in Gabumon Metal Garurumon for sure. Like you can see, there's even a teaser image for him already with the words "coming soon." Where now Taichi's crest symbol of courage is glowing white, portrait, and Yamato's crest symbol of friendship glows dark blue. Dorumon Alphamon from the computer animated X Evolution movie. Alphamon also looks in his overall shape bloody similar to his figure arts version. The only kibble on him is the folded body of Dorumon, which full look we can't see yet. But Dorumon's folded body also becomes Alphamon's cape at the same time. You also can hardly notice the transformation ability of Alphamon in this front view. Caramon Diaboromon from the original Japanese named Digimon movie Bokura no War Game. By the way, Diaboromon they also reviewed as a prototype figure for Bandai Tamashii Nation's D-Arts figure line, but it never got released. Here we can see the Digivolving Spirits prototype version of him, and he is also more than looking good and looks also very similar to the D-Arts prototype version back then. Also, this figure seems to look more as a non-transforming figure too. At the end of this, for you surely more than exciting image show some pictures of the translucent special anniversary version of Agumon Wargreymon with a special base, maybe lighted, and with new anniversary version of maybe electronic Digivice remake of Taichi and the original background image from the Warp Digivolution scene. Oh man, how nostalgic, and what for a matching name. As you can see, the official name for it is Complete Memory Set. Indeed, the price for this is very high. If the numbers 19,440 are truly his price in yen, that would be about 176.94 US dollars. But okay, this could be quite true. The figure and the Digivice, which is expensive alone, and still the whole accessories then. And here some other images of the general version of Agumon Wargreymon from the review of the figure in Osaka, even with the box. So with the planning and designing and the resulting figures of it, the artists of Tamashii made a big success. Each single figure is an incredible piece of art in my opinion. Especially, you can't see any screws at all, like by the first D-Arts and Figure Arts figures before, and manage this to do this also on transforming figures was surely not so easy and actual madness. But still, there are remaining some questions. If we also will get surely because of the 8 showed crest symbols on the teaser side, the other ones in the new style which they made in the past, which were Greymon, Metal Greymon, Garurumon, Rare Garurumon, Kabuterimon, Mega Kabuterimon, or respectively his Japanese name version Athlor Kabuterimon, and Bertramon, Garudamon, as well as Patamon, Angemon, is still not sure. But still I believe that we will see them all again in the new style because of the 8 crest symbols which are flying in again in this promotion video. Why are they saying you should stay tuned for new developments in the Digivolving Spirit series? And why they don't should make those not in the new style again, which were produced already before? Why they even now reveal that also other Digimon are under consideration, which they not has been in the series before, from which they showed even prototypes now. That would be a bit strange. So I strongly assume that we will get the others too, bit by bit, if the first 2 and further ones will selling well. If I concoct this thought a bit further, I am very sure now that all those which are maybe following then or will be the characters of Digimon Adventure 01 and not the new mega levels of Digimon Adventure Tri. Tough, I also would wish to see them too. And when I assume that the other former 5 also getting released in the new style, there are the other ones, maybe Ikagumon, Sudomon, Togemon, Lilymon, and Gatomon and Javomon. I would personally wish that those coming out too, more than Diaboromon, for example. By the way, the original Japanese name of this former first transforming figure line, which included overall 7 Digimon characters, which was named Chou Shinka series and was translated and would be translated to English as Super Evolution series. Also the 2 Warp Digivolvers were named the same like the other 5 in Japan. Chou Shinka series was so a generic name for this first series, and it was independent of the actual respective evolution of the figure. For the Western releases, they named them Digivolving figures. So the new Chou Shinka Tamashii series name is in very matching based on name of the old one's name, as well like the English translated version of Digivolving Spirits is a based on name of Digivolving figures. At least there are the personal comments of the creator of Digimon himself, Kenji Watanabe, and of the series director Hiroyuki Kakudo. I only can agree to the comments of both. Sure, I do like this, and I think you also agree him and me to the full. Do you? Are we not excited about all this, even with long time of teasing with this countdown side? I think we are utterly excited, and I honestly don't really believe that he is the most excited one of all, because everyone who can be fascinated about this is at last the same excited like him. Am I right? So now to the messy part of the video, the already pronounced critics about the new Agumon Wargreymon figure already got before it's even out. I try to take side for the new figure's design, and I hope I can open your eyes a bit more for the greatness and improvements what the figure received. I also clearly admit that the figure just has some proportion issues on some parts due its transformation ability, and this is just natural and unavoidable for such figures and only logical. So it never can look this accurate like a non-transforming figure in both forms, which fact is simply logical too. I really wonder what those were expecting, what this figure line is about to be. I think also the new proportions and shape got a big improvement against the old one in both forms, and are made the best way how it was possible to make due transformation ability. I even read that the head sculpt of Wargreymon is inaccurate. What the heck? I can't see any inaccurateness in Wargreymon's head sculpt. Please, you need to explain that to me. Maybe I'm too blind to see this, but honestly, this is just nitpicking the worst way, in my opinion. The next that I read is that someone wrote that they had gone even further in regard to accurateness to manage this with a different way of transformation and to reduce kibble on both forms more, and that the transformation is similar to the old one. Really? I don't think so. That this has been possible another way and to go further, because I think that the whole designer team did make many thoughts about to make a well thought compromise to make the figure looking good in both forms. And how the heck the transformation should be different made? I think there had been not so much more other options to make this different from the old one. One's transformation. Tough, it is clearly different from the old one. It's only based on the old Warp Digivolving one, like they also mentioned it officially. And who see a remake of the old one in that new figure, fine, that's okay. And that it's what it was also maybe planned and supposed to be. But it got amazingly improved in regard to proportions, design, paint job, transformation. All who see a remake that is slightly different and similar to the old one should look again closely at those compared images, because you are wrong with the statement. Now some words to the more wished reducing of kibble. Kibble is only logic for transforming figures, and maybe there was no other way to hide it more. His side skirt parts are too long, okay, I agree, But if you compare it to the old one, they also reduced the size much, how it was possible to do. It even don't bother me much because they are not extremely noticeable big, and they actually don't spoil the overall look, and their size are actually pretty decent against the old ones. The whole remaining kibble of Agumon's parts wandering to the back section of Wargreymon. By the new figure, by the old one, you folded a part of it towards its belt front, and the rest of it created his back armor. Maybe this was better, maybe not, but the still too big remaining folded front kibble parts making his belt and crotch section looking very strange, and the crotch armor shield was too much away outward from the belt front. I think that design received a big improvement on the new one, because they managed good to make this looking very well in my opinion. So I am fine with the wandering kibble to his back. The one and only detail what I really don't like on the new one is that remaining face of Agumon on the backside of Wargreymon's wing shields. Like I mentioned before, this is a point where I say this problem they maybe could solve better, and what I was expecting the most, that this would receive some more improvement. That is really bad and kind of not reasonable for me, that it took the easy way out by this. Even it could been so simple for them, with an additional attaching part with the printed crest symbol of courage on it to cover Agumon's face with it. That is the only criticism I have on the new figure's design, because this is really weak. Maybe I should join Tamashii's team. The last comment is about the price. I read that the overall opinion about this is that the figure is too expensive in regard to what it is and how it looks. Well, again, I don't know what those who comment it this way had expected what the new figures are supposed to be. I even wouldn't name this price as too expensive for the figure, because I still think it is a really well made figure with many added important awesome sculpted details, even with die-cast parts on it, and with many improvements in compare to the old one. So the price is actually very reasonable to me, and I am not a rich person. I am a simple factory worker. Still, the price is reasonable for me, because the new Agumon Wargreymon is still a great piece of art in my opinion, and like I mentioned, I really expected it would be much more, because you also have to keep in mind that this is a part of Tamashii's collector's section, and figures for collectors are never cheap or low in price. I also wondering what price you were expecting. I never had expected that it would be about the same price the old toy was, because it is a figure for collectors. And all who see only a remake of the old Warp Digivolving one with slightly changes and same transformation, who had expected a lower price for the item because of this reason, they are beyond remedy. At least I plan to give the new Agumon Wargreymon a chance, and don't judge him this much bad just by seeing only that review images before it's even out. Because I think that whole new figure series project of Tamashii is a very honorable project, which I never had expected in my dreams, because this is pure awesomeness to consider to bring out new Digivolving figures for collectors in the Tamashii style, which some of you already downgraded by seeing first images of the first figure. I really would wish from those who do this to learn to appreciate this a bit more. Conclusive, I can say the same like Tamashii did. Stay tuned for further update videos from me. If you've not seen the super ultimate promotion video already, the link you can find in the video description. Thank you for your attention and interest. Until the next time, your Mega 88 1000.